Bonjour YouTube, it's Lux La Femme. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. And mesdames and messieurs, please don't forget to click the notification bell. Of course, I'm always in contemplation mode. And I just left a class that was centered on femininity, sacred spaces, spiritual vibrations, and leveling up in that regard. And it was enlightening, gave me a lot of food for thought. One of the things we talked about, or was brought up, was the difference between the good wolf and the bad wolf. And how, really, now for me, this is how I equate it. So you have the good wolf that is more spiritual, and you have the bad wolf that is more ego. If you're bad wolf, so that the premise was you need both. You need to nurture both, right? But what if your ego, the constructs of your ego, were created without your consent before you even understood what was going on? So if you're raised in a toxic environment, now this is just my opinion, you're raised in a toxic environment, your ego is going to create several different constructs so you can survive. And they may not be conducive to your spiritual health. It's just about survival. And you're in a situation that is very low vibrational anyway. If you're around toxic people, it's very low vibrational. So if your ego has to create these constructs so you can survive, what type of construct is your ego going to create? I would say, in my opinion, and in my experience, is going to be a low vibrational one. To me, my ego created constructs that minimized me, minimized the real deal, Lux La Femme. The person that inside is very bright and vivacious, daring and bold. In my environment growing up, I couldn't be that way. That caused problems with the person who raised me. If you're raised by a toxic person, anything that is going to cause that toxic person to have to even examine their behavior, they are not going to look at themselves and say, you know what, I need to re-examine me. No, they're going to look at you. And it's going to be you that gets punished, which is the reason why, in my opinion, your ego creates this construct, this shadow self, so that you will be able to survive. But it's not the real you the real you is compromised. And that's what's been on my mind lately. The real me has been compromised so that the physical self could be in a safe space. But the real person inside of me, the real Lux La Femme, for years was diminished. So now at 52, and actually a lot sooner than that, but it just feels like it's all coming together now. Lux was reinventing herself over and over and over again. The construct, though, there were times where the construct refused to evolve. Now, I learned a lot of lessons from the lack of evolution in that construct, but in the end, that construct ended up dying because I can't have that in my life. I have to be able to grow and evolve. And if the construct is the thing that's keeping me from doing that, then I'm going to get rid of the construct. I say this, there's trepidation. I'm saying this from a trepidatious piece of me, because but I fully am aware and understand that the only way to evolve is parts of you have to die. Can't stay the same. So, I say all that to say I will continue to do the ego work. That's the blessing that the narcissist brought to my life, brought to my table. I would have to say the only blessing right now, as I see it. It brought to my table that I cannot, in order for me to grow and evolve, I cannot stay the same. And I certainly can't let my ego control me. I have to do more spiritual work and do more work on vibrating higher so that I can evolve. What other choice do I have? Now, as I share these lessons, I'm sharing them. It's like, they say that thing about pointing your finger at someone. One finger is pointed at the person, but 3 fingers are pointing back. And the thumb is like, is pointing more towards you than it is towards the person. Saying, as you share your opinion, it's really you that's doing the reflecting. It's a true statement. So, mesdames and messieurs, thank you for your time. Mon amis of YouTube. We'll talk again. Au revoir.